So what's up, guys? Miles back with another live stream. It's my second live stream. Got some in my throat right now that's trying to stop me from speaking. But yo guys see the title. Who is actually real in a world full of pretenders? Right? So I got some stuff I want to talk about on this one. Okay. The little notes I have on the side, right? World full of actors and pretenders, right? So first we want to address everybody that is pretending that is playing a character, and then we'll go into like some real um day-to-day situations that people are talking about, or things that you can actually see, or things that are actually around you that's going on that you probably do not notice, right? So what inspired this video? Listen, what inspired this live stream, right? Why did you want to live stream about this, Miles? So I was watching a live stream of Ty Lopez, right? And it's one of his recent ones, right? He was talking about, his e-commerce and everything, and how he got his businesses going and everything. But he came across a question that somebody asked a question on, how do you get a good business partner? And he's like, you got to come across, or you got to learn the ability to read people, right? And so he broke down like this whole concept of how to read people, and how people are often fooled by virtue signalers and everything. So I was like, it made me sit back and think, right? And it made me think about all the people that we think are real, and people that we think are the actual good people are not really the good people at all, right? So social media, right? If you guys have been playing or paying close attention, I don't know if you guys heard that sound, but that's some notification I got. If you guys have been paying attention to social media, right? Literally everybody has a character, has some kind of caricature, some kind of thing that they have that they sell, or that they are pretending to be, some kind of persona they're pretending to be, right? Because if you look into their own personal lives, really, they don't really act like that. Some of your favorite, I got right here on the music artists, some of your favorite music artists, right? They talk about shooting people and drinking lean and having sex with girls and all that stuff, and they're not really good with. They never shot a gun. They're not really good with girls, but when they put them girls in the videos, everybody goes ballistic, right? Everybody's like, "Oh my God, he's got to be the realest guy in hip hop," right? You got your R&B singers that sing about love, but they're not actually singing or living out those lyrics in their real life. They're just doing what sells, right? So this is the same thing with social media, right? And this lets you know how easily the society as a whole is easily manipulated. How easily they are followers, how easily they are influenced, right? By people they don't even know in their personal lives, people they'll never even meet, people that deep down don't give a shit about them, just buy this product, right? Celebrities. We forget sometimes that actors have like such prolific or such great movies that carry them, that we actually think that that actor is what he is in that movie, right? Samuel L. Jackson, or like Denzel Washington, Training Day, or whatever movie it is, right? Maybe it's Chris Hemsworth and Thor, right? You actually, when you see him in person, you actually believe he's living out those types of things, right? Maybe it's Killian Murphy or Cillian Murphy. I don't know how you say it, from Peaky Blinders, right? You think he is actually like that in his real life, right? But oftentimes we forget that these actors are just acting. They're acting out something that sometimes we deep down want to be. right? They project and virtue signal like they're the best people in the world, right? But if you really go back into their personal lives, they're not really living like that. They're playing a role, they're playing a character that people want to see on the internet that is entertaining, right? All the guys, you could really argue the point that a lot of the shit that you see is fake. Not as fake as in a way that it's not real when you see it per se, but fake as in it being like authentically them, right? So okay, now we got the social media, we got the people on social media, the influencers and everything, the celebrities, the music artists that are playing a role, right? And going back to the music artists, right? The rappers, like it's like a rapper starter kit. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's like a rapper's starters kit. A chain, some women twerking in a music video, a couple tattoos, a criminal record, and talking about shooting people and fucking people's girls. Every song. That's the rapper starter kit right there. But guys, are they really living that stuff in their real life, right? See, all that stuff got distorted back in the 90s, right? Because these executives are like, damn, when we talk about killing and shooting people, that sells more than if we talk about, Brenda's got a baby. If we talk about, keep your head up. If we talk about something that's uplifting and trying to better society, killing people actually gets more sales than actually something of substance, right? So if the business is about making more money and maximizing profits, you're going to go talk about killing. You're going to tell the artist to talk about killing. You're going to tell the artist to make pop records. You're going to tell the artist to make trap beats or rap over trap beats. Like all that stuff is regulated now, right? It's nobody really truly being authentically creative and saying what they want to say anymore. Very, very few artists are doing that. So let's get to some real life examples of like how this is affecting you personally, right? Going back to reading people. So in your own life, you might be an actor, you might be a pretender, right? We can't throw that out the way. Some of us are pretending right now. How are you pretending, Miles? Or how am I pretending? Well, did you go to college? Did you go work at that job? Did you um, choose that woman, that man, because your parents told you to, right? Because your friend circle, shamed you into doing it. Is that something that you really wanted to do? Some of you wanted to start a YouTube channel. Some of you wanted to be a music artist. Some of you wanted to paint. But because your parents said you should go to college, that's what you did, right? I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. You got to make a living too. You got to survive out here in the world. But guys, you're pretending in the fact that you're not being the real person that you want to be, right? You should probably make a living, but also do what you want to do on the side, right? Because guys, if you're not being who you want to be or doing the things that you want to do, you'll never be truly happy. You'll never be truly satisfied with your life, right? Ever, ever, right? And what's big with family members and friends, society as a whole, but really family and friends, because those like are the people that are closest to you. That shame and shit is tough, man. That peer pressure is tough. When you tell somebody that you're gonna do something, and then like your whole friend group or your whole family or whoever, your parents say, "No, you shouldn't do that." Like that kills your self-esteem. That kills your own belief in your own self. That makes you not want to do that. That makes you doubt yourself. That makes you insecure. I remember I thought I had some great ideas growing up, man. People shot them motherfuckers right down. I was insecure like a motherfucker growing up, right? And that was because the people around me put doubt in me right? Doubting my ideas will maybe doubt myself, right? So I'm second guessing and overthinking instead of just pushing forward and making a mistake and learning from it, or having a success in dealing with it, right? And then society wants you to be something else, right? So society has like, guys, everything that society says, do the opposite. Do the complete opposite. Everything that society teaches you, it teaches you to do something for somebody else, right? It doesn't teach you to do something for you, to look out for you, right? It teaches you to look out for that employer. It teaches you to look out for, um, you know, your family, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But what about you, right? If you're not together, then the whole shit is gonna sink, right? So society shames you into doing what they want you to do. What do they want you to do? Go to school, right? Yeah, school is so bad today. Like, I didn't really learn too much at all from college. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I really didn't learn a whole bunch from college, right? Don't even talk about high school. High school is irrelevant. Shit. High school's so bad right now. You got to worry about, do you even want to send your kids to high school, right? People shooting at everybody. That sadism stuff is real, man. You don't know what sadism is. You look that up. That's when people have they get pleasure from seeing other people being harmed or physically harmed, right? It's a crazy world right now, right? So, all in all, on this point, if you don't look out for you, nobody else is gonna look out for you. Your girl ain't gonna look out for you after you get a certain age. When you get over a certain age and you're a grown person, nobody's gonna look out for you. You have to look out for you, right? If there's somebody that does look out for you, that's a very small percentage of people, right? So you really have to have a high belief and high self-esteem in yourself. Otherwise, it's gonna be a long life for you, right? You're gonna be doing what other people want you to do. You're gonna be dissatisfied with yourself, right? Because you haven't built your own instincts for yourself. You haven't built your own belief system for yourself, right? My man Chris is in the building. What's going on, Chris, man? You the first ever viewer on my live stream, man. That's crazy. Yeah, but you're right, man. Be a trailblazer. Do it your way. You have to, man. If you don't do it your way, ain't nobody else gonna do it for you, right? Because guys, people do not give a shit about you. I made a video about that, about what the real world teaches you. Man, it's some hard truths out here you got to accept, right? So, in conclusion, right, there's a lot of people in society that are suckers. They want acceptance from people they don't even know. They want acceptance from people that have a high following, right? Like that's some kind of credibility. Some of these people you've never met in your life at all. You'll never meet them at all, right? And then once you do meet them, they're completely different from what they portray online, right? So we live in a world full of pretenders, right? And it's very few people that are actually real. And how do you find the real people? Well, like I said, whatever society deems as bad is actually good. What society deems as good is actually bad. You really have to reverse engineer your whole entire mindset and lifestyle, because everything that you've been taught is wrong. Virtually almost everything, right? That's the hard thing to do. That's the hard thing to ask people to do, right? Is to question their own thoughts that they've been socialized and taught through school, religion, their parents, right? And the messed up part is them people taught you stuff that they didn't even know was real. They didn't even double check and look at it themselves. They just kind of went along with it and they just kind of passed it to you. right? Nobody independently thinks. So like nobody steps back and be like, well, why is that the way it is? Where did that originate from? Why did that start? Right? You're automatically socialized into doing stuff, right? And it's really a tragic thing, right? Because it's kind of like a predatory thing. Because as a young child, you depend on your environment. Like you cannot raise yourself at 3 years old, right? So you grow up thinking that your parents, the people, your parents' friends, your pastors, your coaches. You grow up believing that these people have your best interest at hand, right? I mean, why would they set you up in a position to fail? What's the benefit, and what's the benefit for them for doing that? Why would they do that? And it's mainly because their lives are screwed up. They don't have their life together. The things that they were taught were lies, and they don't realize it. So they just pass the lies down to you, and you believe the lies. You never question the lies. And now you have a whole life where you're just repeating the whole circle. You have kids and you pass the same stuff down to your kids. Never ending circle, right? I was watching a YouTuber, right? And he said something, he's talking about getting out of the rat race. And he said something that's really like that stood out to me like these past few days, right? He was like, live life slower, right? Because oftentimes we're taught to go faster. There's a deadline you have to meet. You have to go faster, right? But if you go faster, the quality of your work decreases, right? It's more about quantity. It's not about quality, right? So you should live life faster. I mean, live life slower, think about stuff more, analyze your situation more, do the things that you want to do, work at your own pace, live life at your own pace. So that's pretty much my live stream. Got some in my throat. So we address the social media, the celebrities, the music artists. All of them are they're just playing a part, man. Like they're not really doing what they're saying they're doing, right? A lot of those people, they're not even really that smart. I'm be real with y'all. Some of them are smart. I got to give it to them. Some are smart, but a lot of them, they're just like extremely talented in whatever they're doing in music, acting out and giving, you know, good visuals of emotion. But a lot of them people I wouldn't look for like for political advice, financial advice, none of that stuff. They just found a niche and they found something that they're good at and it pays, right? So you look at them for that, not for anything else, right? And then lastly, so Nicholas has a question. You think Kanye is a real one? He has his moments. He was definitely more real whenever he was early mid 2000s. It's kind of hard now to see it, man. He's just all over the place, right? And then once you date Kim Kardashian, that kills all your realness right there. But I mean, when his earlier albums, like 808s and Heartbreaks and all that stuff, like he was dope, bro. Like he was the man. He was spitting real stuff. Like that was the realest Kanye ever. Like he went out and on stage, man, like and took the mic from Taylor Swift and said, y'all know Beyonce should have won this award. He came out and said George Bush don't care about black people whenever Katrina happened. Like he was realer at those times in life. I don't know what happened. Maybe he became a billionaire and he got detached from, the realities or something like that. And I'm not saying you shouldn't strive to be a billionaire or just anything with making money, but there's levels to everything, right? So I kind of feel like he lost touch with the real, authentic stuff. So do I think Kanye is a real one? I think he used to be. You still have moments here and there where he says something that makes sense, but and plus he hasn't been the same since his mother died, man. But yeah. But speaking of music, man, it's a little off topic. I'm gonna end this. I ain't gonna make the stream too long. But man, I was thinking about this, man. I was listening to Chris Brown's album, right? Breezy. And like it made me think about, man, I'm like, when Chris Brown retires, like R&B's done. Do y'all agree with that? Like when Chris Brown retires, like R&B as a genre is through, right? It's already dead. Because like the R&B beats and the rap beats are the same. The difference is the R&B artists are just singing over the rap beats. Back in the 90s, there was a difference between an R&B beat and a rap beat. There is no difference right now, right? And like nobody wants to go see a R&B artist today. When was the last time you heard somebody? Okay, what Chris say? Chris Brown finds ways to keep R&B alive. I enjoyed this last album. Yeah, it's a really good album, man. It really is. Do we have a whole lot of hit songs on there? Probably not. You know, it's not going to be a heat. It's not going to be a No Guidance on there where it has 100 views, 100 million views or anything like that. It's not that kind of album where it's like that good, but it's a cohesive album where every song matches R&B and it makes sense. But even like if you listen to like some of the rap songs on there, because like it feels like sometimes Chris he feels more comfortable on like the little rap songs than the actual R&B songs, which is weird, right? But yeah, R&B is gone, man. And like, who's gonna replace it? Jacquees don't release enough music. Her and Ella May and all them, they good, but they don't. I've never heard somebody say like, "I'm gonna go see a Ella May. I'm gonna go see a her concert." Like nobody. I've never heard people say that, right? Pop music, rap music, even country music, man. Like those genres are straight. R&B is gone, man, and I don't know how to save it. R&B's in a tough place, man. But I appreciate y'all watching this. I'm in the live stream right now. I appreciate you guys coming in, watching the live stream, man. I'm gonna do some more live. I'm probably go live tomorrow. Let's see what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow, man, because I got 2 live streams I want to do. I'm either gonna talk about things that keep you up at night, or I'm gonna talk about most people like being lied to. One of those two. Most definitely. I think about it, Chris. I'll definitely go more live, man. I feel more comfortable on the lives than I do making like regular videos. So, but you guys have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Look for me around like 3 or 4, 2, 3 or 4 o'clock. I'll go live again. But appreciate you guys watching the video. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Love y'all. We out.